Shiro opens his eyes, only to find himself floating in a sea of endless clouds, face to face with a radiant, otherworldly being. The angelic figure greets him calmly and drops the bomb. Shiro has just died. But here's the twist. His journey isn't over. Turns out he's the latest poor soul to fall victim to the legendary menace known only as Truck-sama. Standing before him is Seraphis, the guardian in charge of souls like his. Instead of sending Shiro to the afterlife, Seraphis explains he'll be reborn in a completely new world. No grand prophecy, no destiny to slay a demon lord, just freedom. Shiro can carve his own path however he wants. When he admits that all he craves is a chill, easygoing life, Seraphis simply smiles in approval. But before the leap, Seraphis has one last task: to brief Shiro on the strange, mysterious world that awaits him. But before we get into the video, let me know in the comments, where are you watching from right now? And hey, don't forget to drop a like, it really helps out the channel. The realm Shiro's been dropped into is called Fi, a breathtaking world where roughly 1 in 5 people can wield elemental sorcery, each tied to the essence flowing through their soul. For Shiro, fate has blessed him with the aqua element as his strongest affinity. Since he wished for nothing more than a chill and peaceful life, Seraphis hooked him up with a starter pack that screams Isekai Deluxe. Waiting for him is a snug little cottage tucked away in safety, wrapped in a protective barrier to keep the nastier beasts at bay. Inside, he's got 2 dusty tutorial tomes, a basic knife, and, because Seraphis doesn't mess around, a magically chilled ice house packed with enough food to last him 2 whole months. On top of that, there's even a detailed bestiary, listing every monster lurking in the nearby woods. It's like a game menu brought to life. But all that starter gear and cozy setup, forget it for now. Shiro's heart is pounding for one thing only: magic. He steps outside, thrusts his hand into the air with theatrical flair, and shouts, "Oh, waters, answer my call!" In an instant, a shimmering orb of liquid dances in his palm. His jaw drops. That's it? That's all it takes? Even more mind-blowing, when he tries again without the chant, simply picturing the water sphere, it still forms perfectly. Incantations? Optional. Magic here feels like second nature. Buzzing with adrenaline, Shiro bolts straight to the bathhouse. He unleashes streams of water, filling the tub with ease. But halfway through, his grin fades. There's a problem. The water is freezing cold, fresh from the elemental tap, and there's no way this freshly reincarnated soul is gonna endure his new life's first bath like a polar bear. So he tries the classic survival move, building a fire. The problem? He has zero clue how to spark one by hand. After fumbling miserably, Shiro collapses onto his back, defeated. But as his eyes drift toward the blazing sun, inspiration strikes. He scrambles up, grabs a basin, and fills it with water. Concentrating hard, he compresses the liquid, pulling at its essence. Bit by bit, frost creeps across the surface until it solidifies. With patience and sheer will, he sculpts it into a crude but functional ice lens. Holding it up, he bends the sunlight into a blazing point. Whoosh! A fire roars to life. He heats up the bath that was once icy misery. And at last, as twilight drapes the sky, Shiro sinks into the warmth of a proper soak. One day into this new world, and he's already unlocked ice creation, which only leaves one thought echoing in his mind. If I can shape water into ice, does that mean I can control the opposite too? If Shiro could draw heat out of water to freeze it, then logically, he should also be able to add heat to make it warm. The following morning, over a simple breakfast, reality hits him. Seraphis gave him enough supplies for 2 months, but once that runs out, he'll need to hunt, and with nothing but a dinky knife, there's no way he's facing down the forest's monsters. That means one thing: combat magic training begins now. He starts small, hurling a sphere of water at a nearby tree. Splash! It lands exactly as he pictured, but in terms of damage, useless. A monster would just laugh. Determined, Shiro conjures another sphere, this time compressing it tighter, imagining a high-pressure blast. The result? A weak jet of water that hits with all the ferocity of a toy water gun. Pathetic, but it's a start. Meanwhile, his experiments with heat manipulation pay off. Soon, he's able to warm his summoned water, granting himself the ultimate isekai luxury, a steaming hot bath at the end of a long day. The only issue? Sometimes it's lukewarm. Sometimes it's scalding. Fine-tuning the temperature is still a work in progress. The next morning, he shifts gears back to ice. Instead of freezing liquid, he tries to conjure ice directly from the air. It's grueling, taking nearly 3 minutes of focus before a jagged shard forms. Success, yes, but unlike water, launching ice with force proves far trickier. In actual combat, it would be next to useless. Still, Shiro refuses to quit. Hours upon hours are poured into training. He hurls water spheres, sculpts ice, manipulates heat, all until his mana reserves bottom out and exhaustion slams him to the ground. But the very next morning, once his energy recovers, he's right back at it. This cycle repeats, day after day, week after week. Failures pile up, but each setback carves his control sharper. Shiro can now conjure ice instantly, solid, sharp, and battle-ready. With attack magic in his arsenal and his food supplies running thin, he decides it's time to step beyond the barrier and face the forest. The woods are quiet, but alive with hidden presence. Shiro spots a trail of animal tracks weaving through the undergrowth and follows them, eventually arriving at a shimmering river. As he explores, something catches his eye, chunks of quartz scattered along the riverside. Perfect for striking against his blade to spark fires. He pockets a few pieces, then notices patches of detox herbs sprouting nearby. Survival instincts kick in. He gathers them too, knowing they could one day save his life. But then, grrr. A low, guttural growl vibrates through the air. Shiro spins around. His heart nearly stops. Standing behind him is a lesser boar, muscles coiled, tusks gleaming, eyes locked on him like prey. Before he can react, the beast lunges forward with terrifying speed. This is it, Shiro's first life-or-death battle. His body locks up, panic flooding his veins. At the last second, instinct takes over. He throws himself sideways, tumbling through the dirt as the boar barrels past. His lungs burn, his hands shake. The boar snorts, skids, and turns, ready to charge again. But this time, Shiro's head clears. He raises his hand, magic flowing like a surge of adrenaline. As the beast thunders forward, he conjures a slick sheet of ice beneath its hooves. Crash! The boar slips, legs scrambling for traction. Shiro doesn't hesitate. He slams his hand forward. Razor-sharp ice spikes erupt from the ground, impaling the beast mid-charge. It lets out a final, guttural cry before collapsing lifeless at his feet. Breathless, Shiro kneels beside his first kill. He butchers the boar with trembling hands, then pulls out the monster guidebook Seraphis gave him. His eyes scan the pages, absorbing every detail about the creature he just faced. This wasn't just a hunt, it was his first step into survival. Flipping through the monster guide, Shiro discovers something unsettling. The lesser boar, the beast that nearly ended him, is listed as the weakest creature in the forest. His blood runs cold. The guide is clearly a beginner's handbook. Most of the monsters inside are simple enough for novices to handle. But near the back, 2 pages catch his eye. They're darker, older, almost out of place, like warnings etched in secrecy. The first page describes dragons, majestic yet catastrophic, each one a walking apocalypse, capable of razing entire cities with a single breath. The entry is blunt: do not fight, do not approach. If encountered, death is assured. The cruel twist? Running isn't even an option. A dragon sighting means one thing: game over. The second page is even stranger. It speaks of beings called Akuma, fallen angels cloaked in mystery. No detailed information, no weaknesses, nothing. Just one chilling line burned into the parchment. If you meet an Akuma, you are already dead. Shiro slams the book shut, unease settling in his chest. The next day, he ventures out to hunt again. The forest hums quietly, lulling him into a false sense of safety. Then, whoosh, the air splits. A shadow dives from the sky. An assassin hawk swoops down like a blade of death, talons extended. Its wings shimmer, and suddenly, slash! Razor-sharp blades of wind tear through the air toward him. Shiro barely reacts in time, conjuring ice shields that shatter one after another under the hawk's relentless magic. His heart pounds. He knows the truth. Hawks are apex predators of the skies. Even seasoned adventurers treat them with caution. He wants to run, every instinct screaming at him to escape. But the hawk circles back, cutting off every path, its eyes gleaming with bloodlust. Escape isn't on the table. He thrusts his palm forward, unleashing a flurry of water jets. But the assassin hawk is no ordinary beast. With blinding speed, it weaves through every strike and dives, wings glowing as it slashes down with wind magic. Crash! Shiro reacts in desperation, summoning an ice shield at the last second. The hawk collides with it, and in that instant, shards slice across its face. A scream pierces the forest as the creature crashes to the ground. Then, with a furious beat of its wings, the hawk staggers back into the sky, one eye gone forever. But before it retreats into the night, it fixes its remaining gaze on Shiro, searing his image into memory. This isn't over. The next time they meet, it won't just be survival, it'll be revenge. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, drop a like, and ring the bell so you don't miss part 2. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Stay tuned, legends. This story is only getting crazier from here.